everyone, my name is Allie. I'm a contributor for the Midas Touch Network, and believe it or not, I was once a Trump supporter. I want to tell you guys a little bit about how I got in that mess, how I got out, and my message to others in the same position. Here's a photo of me from a Romney-Ryan rally in 2012. Here's a photo of me at Trump's inauguration in downtown DC in January of 2017. And lastly, here's a photo of me on election day of November 2016. So I'm sure you're wondering how I got there. For starters, I got into politics around age 14. Like most people, I inherited a lot of views from my parents, especially my dad. My dad at the time was very into conservative talk radio. So I spent a lot of time in the car on road trips listening to conservative talk radio, which means I was listening to Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, and Mark Levin 24/7. Naturally, because of them, I believed a lot of conspiracy theories. Some of these theories included that Michelle Obama was secretly a man, that Barack Obama was part of the Muslim Brotherhood and was out to destroy the country, and worst of all, that the Sandy Hook shooting in 2012 was completely fake and that the parents were crisis actors. Yes, now I know that these conspiracy theories about Barack and Michelle Obama were very much rooted in racism. Sometimes I think Republicans develop conspiracy theories to deal with things that they just can't accept. They're in total denial and they'd rather just live in a fake reality than the real one, which is why they deny the existence of climate change and why something like January 6th happened. As we know, so many still live in the fake reality that the 2020 election was stolen. So because I believed in all these theories, I believed that Democrats were totally evil and that Republicans were the good guys. So in 2012, I started knocking doors and making phone calls for Mitt Romney.
I have just called President Obama to congratulate him on his victory. His supporters and his campaign also deserve congratulations.
Then in 2013, I campaigned for Ken Cuccinelli in the Virginia governor's race. After that, I got an internship with the Republican Party headquarters in Arlington, Virginia. I also was the vice president of the Young Republicans Club at my high school. I was all in. In 2016, I knew that Donald Trump was running. I just didn't really think much of him. I voted for Ted Cruz in the primaries, which is nothing to be proud of.
Well, let me be clear. Donald Trump may be a rat, but I have no desire to copulate with him.
But at the time, I thought he was more principled and more presidential. When Trump won the nomination, I fell right in line. Because when you think the other side is evil, you can't imagine voting for anyone other than your own guy.
But with Hillary, there's not even the same universe. I mean, she is an abject, psychopathic demon from hell that as soon as she gets into power is going to try to destroy the planet.
So I happily voted for Trump. I thought I had some unconventional wisdom that other women just didn't. Yeah, no. Later in January of 2017, I went to attend Trump's inauguration in DC, as you saw. I was arrogant, I felt vindicated, and I did not care that there were thousands of protesters there. I was there to support Trump.
Today's ceremony, however, has very special meaning. Because today, we are not merely transferring power from one administration to another, or from one party to another, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C., and giving it back to you, the people.
So you might be wondering, what was my breaking point? I wish there was one moment I could point to where I'm like, yep, that's it. But truthfully, it was a process of realizing what I already knew deep down, that he was unprincipled and unpresidential.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said.
One thing I will say is that once you realize he has a severe case of narcissism, it helps explain a lot of his behavior. Then you'll realize he should be absolutely nowhere near the Oval Office.
Donald Trump shows clear signs of the most severe personality disorder. It's called malignant narcissism.
Among the things George Conway tweeted is a list of, this was great, he tweeted a list of the symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder. Number one, has a grandiose sense of self-importance, exaggerates achievements.
I've done more in 500 days than any president has ever done in their first 500 days.
Number two, is preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, etc.
I'm smarter than they are. I'm richer than they are.
Three, believes that he or she is special and unique.
Let me tell you, the one that matters is me. I'm the only one that matters.
Four, requires excessive admiration.
I got a standing ovation. In fact, they said it was the biggest standing ovation since Peyton Manning had won the Super Bowl, and they said it was equal.
Five, has a very strong sense of entitlement, i.e. unreasonable expectations of especially favorable treatment or automatic compliance with his expectations.
I just like kissing them. It's like a magnet. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Six, is exploitative of others, takes advantage of others to achieve his own ends.
Last fall, I pled guilty in federal court to felonies for the benefit of, at the direction of, and in coordination with individual number one. And for the record, individual number one is President Donald J. Trump.
Number seven, lacks empathy, is unwilling to recognize or identify with the feelings and needs of others. Number eight, is often envious of others or believes others are envious of him.
I'm a little jealous. Are you giving him all the credit? Oh, you know, that means the end of his job, you know.
And finally, number nine, regularly shows arrogant, haughty behaviors or attitudes.
I'm a very stable genius.
I am a stable genius.
Putin did call me a genius.
People would say I'm the super genius of all time. The super genius of all time.
I'm not saying that he isn't responsible for his own behavior, he is. But once I came to the realization that he actually has a mental illness, everything started to make sense. That's when I got angry, because I realized the Republican Party had been coddling him this whole time with zero pushback. And now he was a monster. I used to think that eventually he would do something so bad that it would be the final straw for the party. But that day never came, and it still hasn't come. It also showed me the truth, that everything the party said they believed in was a lie. Every value was a lie. Because if you could stand by a man like Donald Trump, you didn't have values. You didn't have principles, period. To me, it lifted the curtain on everything. Now I've dedicated the rest of my life to stopping Donald Trump and undoing all the damage that he's caused. I joined the Democratic Party after that, and since then, I've never looked back. Best decision I've ever made. Realizing that everything you thought was true was a lie is a tough realization, but a necessary one. Yes, I have family and friends who still worship Trump, and yes, they have blocked me on Facebook, but that's okay, because they don't want to be reached. They don't want to have a dialogue. They just want to live in a safe world of conspiracy theories and denial. For those that can be reached and want to be reached, I think it's important to maintain respect on both sides. Because just like how I thought Democrats were evil and we were the good guys, my mind changed. Their mind can change too. Now, my advice to Trumpers is get the hell out of there while you can. You probably know deep down that he's unfit. Don't be afraid to say it. Lastly, turn off conservative talk radio. I hope that helped explain my journey from Trumper to Democrat. If you have any questions, comment them below. Thanks, guys.